makes a lot of sense when you look at it. But like Orgulus, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe they can be that squad, because I feel like you have a lot of pieces. Like Envoy and Neptune are like very dissimilar in how they like to play the game. You know, Neptune like that kind of run that fast pace, kill heavy sub. Envoy is kind of, you're more like tactical flanker type guy. And then Ghosty and Sib kind of say the same thing. They're so different. It's like you have a lot of different pieces that might just add together to make a nice pizza pie.
Yeah, and sometimes that's the perfect recipe for success, the team that nobody wanted. And you got to keep in mind, too, like this Orgulus roster, everyone is playing with a chip on their shoulder. Everyone was dropped from their lineup. Sid didn't have the best time last year with C9. And Neptune just couldn't see a W.
The best time right now. He's 0-6. He's struggling right now, but yeah, I don't know if leftover is the right word, but sometimes, yeah, it's just like you have like the top teams to form, and then everybody else has to kind of figure out who they want to squad up with. But so far, so good from Orgulus. We'll stick with Sib as he gets his first on the board and see what he can do to try and hold this lead.
Yeah, and if you're C9, you got to find a different avenue of approach here, because you cannot consistently flood your way through Dojo, because they have all the power spots and they're ready and waiting. But the more that you keep on fighting this, the more success you're going to give in favor of Orgulus, because now they can take some more space. They have dominated this P3, and Cloud9 now have to chase a heavy comeback.
I just feel like since we have more traditional maps, like a lot of just like kind of 3-lane maps, like what you said is huge on like a lot of the maps where you can't just push from one side. You have to try and get mid control. You have to try and hit. It can be 3 from the front. Okay, past couple, past like 6. There's always been like at least somewhere in the rotation. It's like it's right next to the other hard
neighbor hard point.
So like it was like cool in the sense it made that rotation very important. Like you needed to rack up a lot of time there, but like it also was just kind of stupid. so I liked it. It just makes more sense to me. Like we're heading diagonal. You have to rotate across. You can't just hold like. God, I think of like what was it? Terminal last year, where you hold like one position on the map basically the entire 2 years ago.
Yeah.
We won't have a lot of that, doesn't seem like.
Yeah, so far, though, Cloud9 are still making this mixy. They do not have the spawns that they want for the back end, but you can still hold down this P2 from the front side. Now you are able to read these pin spawns on Envoy and Sib.
I don't enough to know if he has, but like mostly he's been dropping on the kill feed, so they've been running 3 and just keeping the tempo high. Granted, it's still a very tight game. They're only up 20, but 31-13 out of Neptune is insane. Hitting shots at range. Dude, I thought he had that one, but I think it's the headshots from Beans that'll shut him down. Ghosty's like,
good job,
Let's
guys.
go, boys!
You guys are killing it. Don't worry, I'm going to get you guys the spawns. I'll even hop the hill if you need to. So now Orgulus find themselves again in a position to win the rotation over towards P4, but Cloud9 are already the aggressors. They are sitting on the backside of Palace, but here comes Mr. Cloud to just cause mayhem, sets up Envoy for at least one. Now the last man standing is Beans. He falls, spawns flip again, and Orgulus are looking for a flawless P4.
They attack evenly for now, but as Sib gets 2, second by second, he eclipsed the 200-point mark now for Orgulus. 15 needed for the W. What do you see on the minimap here in rotation now?
Yeah, you're just dying off the rotation. That's not what you want to do if you're C9, because all the bodies for Orgulus are working their way through mid-couches, so they're trying to fight for these back spawns. They still know there's pressure all over the map, and Afro off the long route makes a big-time double happen. Now C9 in full control of P2, all their focus on the front.
Nearly 2 minutes in the hard point, also 29 kills. He's had himself a map, but they're trying to pull off the come from behind game. Unfortunately, it's just going to be Beans left. They're all going to get shut down. Once again, the submachine guns lighted up. One more spawn is going to come in backside. Neptune and Envoy able to clean that up. SMGs are frying. Ghosty, what we'll see later. He goes off the map, but they're still getting the time now. 25.
Yeah, this is how Cloud9 have kept themselves into this game, just fighting for all the junk time that they possibly can. You're finding trade, but you still got to take care of Sid. Beans is able to take care of him with the knife. Now the last man standing is Envoy to just not allow them this time for free. The movement good enough for the double. And now you're forcing Cloud9 to be late off. Set ourselves up for that P4 rotation, work our way through the map, and take Dojo away from them. And so far, this is working out to perfection because there's pressure from every single angle. They only need 10 seconds with a clean 4 dead to close out this map.
Yeah, and you've got Cloud9 spawning out left side of the map, so they're in trouble for 4th as well. They have to win it on 2 fronts. They have to battle in, get the break, and somehow win the roto. Neither going to happen. Map 1 in the books. Orgulus led for the most part. Yeah, they led throughout. You had some good runs. We'll keep you updated as much as we can. A little bit easier now as we've got less matches going on, but tracking back to get bombed, that's going to be Ghosty.
And Envoy again strikes for the first blood this go around. Finds the player over towards B. Now you're giving that comm to your teammates to potentially the play is going to be on that side of the map, and Neptune has already edged his way through top mid. So now with Bomb working towards A, it's going to fall into the hands of Beans to just get the info, but Afro at least makes it a 3v3 for now. Oof.
2 versus 2. 1 versus 2. Ghosty had so many clutches in his career. We'll see if he can clutch up again. He tracked back to get Bomb. Now has to get it done with the gunny, and that's a tough one to lose. Envoy had first blood, then things start to fall apart. Can Ghosty clutch up and make the play? Eyes on one. Timing is beautiful. He's in behind both. Oh my God. Did he get spotted? He didn't. He still hasn't been spotted. He's behind both. And it's another clutch for Dan. Ghosty pulling off. Was it 1v3?
1v3, man. 1v3 right there out of the Ghost.
That's going to be Envoy. Shocking. Not surprised to see that. Sib also opens thing up with a snipe to get this to a 3-3. Envoy's timing, I thought he was taking the full ramp. He cuts it up through mid and wins a gunfight. Suddenly it's Beans by himself, and this is you're losing rounds with numbers, without numbers, any way you can these first 2.
No, it's all about predicting the right spot. If you are Beans, you can get a couple sound keys. He's going to work his way through security, but knock down to a couple HP. He's able to get out of dodge, and now all you want to do is just play the game clock.
Oh! Ooh, he gave him a chance. One more bullet. Envoy probably get out with his life. So that's somewhere where you just can't die there for your Vivid, I feel like.
No, you definitely can't, because you're wrapping back to just simply gain the information.
Exactly.
But once he gets caught,
it's nice shots by Envoy, don't get me wrong, but
yeah. 45 seconds left to go, though. Bomb is now rotating his way back over towards A. Because Sib was the player watching the late pinch. No one working pinch. That means they are definitely wrapping their way back towards that site. And we can get this one down for free with the man advantage. But Beans instantly 2v2 now.
All on Envoy. You already had Ghosty with a clutch. Can Envoy now clutch? He's got a chance. Down to a 1 versus 1. He came up short versus Beans in the 1v1 the last round, and this time a bullet short versus Afro. Did he get back to full health?
I think it was just like and he secures the round to tie the game up.
Great replay there, because I wasn't sure. Honestly, I thought he was a little bit short yet. HP. Again, an opening duel trade. Neptune, I don't know if he thought someone was following him up or he couldn't get out. That looks absurd for the beat. He's just laying there like he thought somebody had his trade. Or maybe he's just one of those where you're just like, I'm committed. I'm either getting a kill or I'm dead.
Okay, but that's 3 rounds in a row now for C9.
Neptune and Envoy that are pushing it.
Oh, man, and Sib finds one as well.
I don't think anyone's checked this flank. It is wide open. I don't think anyone thought to look at it. I don't know if an arrow ever turned.
Well,
Beans hits a nice shot, yeah.
He was playing his timing. Wait, hold on. He's able to make it a 2v2. So Beans' misplay is still manageable. It's down a 2v2 scenario with 35 seconds left to go. The bomb is going to work its way towards A, and this might work out perfectly.
Yeah, I was wondering, he was like the guy kind of watched the fight. I was like, that's not probably the easiest thing to do with a sniper in hand. Oh, he didn't finish it. Tags in the second player as well, but the pistol, not enough. And that's one where, honestly, like, if Sib didn't have a sniper and he had like a sub, he might win that. Hit both snipes.
So far, the recipe for Cloud9 is like, all right, let's just lose the first man and then clutch up.
Yeah,
had two 2v3s and now a 2v4.
True.
To have the advantage in this game so far, so.
No, there's actually been a lot of insane rounds in this.
Yeah.
Been a little messy, but that's usually when searches is most fun. Afro squaring up, Envoy deleted, tags into another as well. Neptune, good job staying up and baiting him. He kept him in that fight because he was a little groundhog, as you said. And then finally the help came in. Now it's Ghosty to clutch another 1 versus 3. Not going to happen. Cloud9 puts in another.
Yeah, this tone setting round right there. It's just like, okay, we have clutched up in a majority of these rounds. They are just simply playing a little bit the positioning that you want to hold the majority of the map, because for P1s, you watch that hop up, all you have to do is force them to 2 lanes. It's like, that's the power position on Colossus.
Old Beansy Poo looking for another, and he will deliver a little jump snipe. Sib put to sleep. Neptune and Ghosty now. Got to clutch up the 2 versus 4, or we are tied up. Neptune actually gets 2 off of that. He gets some help from Ghosty. No ways it's another 2v4 to stay alive. Beans is tagged, and he is dropped. Neptune gets 3.
Just happened to me. Let me just take a page out of Beans' book, but no one is going to peek him for that first blood. You're trying to isolate onto Beans over towards B. You know that he has that sniper pistol in hand, but the attacks are going to back down the rest of Orgless unless they set it. It still doesn't matter. And no, he missed the Beans and a team kill. Oh, yeah, 1v4.
Okay, that one is done. Dude, what a great job from Beans, though. Just playing his life there. Once they tried to isolate him, they just used the tactic. Wow. Right back to EWC and Champs, where they just weren't dropping maps. No, that team's insane. Insane. They might just run stuff this year. We'll see.
Everybody's playing catch-up currently when you talk about that lineup, but at least for C9, they get the goal line stop at that B point. Now you are slaying them to bits, but Ghosty providing another lifeline. That double, all it's doing is stalling out your teammates off the respawn to get eventually back into the play. And again, even when C9 thought that they had an opportunity to score, it gets shut down right at the wrong time.
And that's where it's like a little different than Upley. I think you have a lot more of those stops like real close to the
Another opportunity though, Clint.
Yeah, it doesn't really get cleared out. They're able to pick it up, get right back through, slide on in. There's the first score. Ghosty gets another double this time. Unfortunately, it's a little bit too late. But now we'll swap E and EMP spawns. We'll fight out towards open and play him. Mac just kind of tucks low, but he gets traded out, so it should be early ball
Big
control.
win.
Just kind of tucks low, but he gets traded out, so it should be early ball
Big
control.
win.
Orgulous. Oh, well, yeah, that changed. If Bees doesn't get two there, that's probably ball moving forward.
It changes everything, man, because Envoy was the player trying to just create that extra layer, clear out space for your teammate behind you to pick up the EMP and then potentially run it in for the score. But now you got everybody on this side of the map. Vivid just trying to value his light. Beans again being the savior, but the score comes in, tie game.
So you're going EMP? Maybe I'll go EMP too.
Yeah, it sounds good.
EMP. How long has that been down? It's gonna be resetting soon, right?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be resetting soon. Can someone touch it? If you are Orgless, the closest player is going to be Neptune, but he decides to play for the cutoff. And the EMP resets.
Yeah, I feel like someone's got to grab it there, maybe?
100%.
Yeah.
You were clearing out all that space on the backside of their tank. But the fact that the player that's closest to the EMP decides to play a cutoff, he just didn't play attention to the reset.
Maybe it doesn't work out. I mean, I know they're fighting, it gets a little crazy, but it feels like, well, we'll see. If they held their position, they still get forward. But now you really want to turn this into one at least. Vivid, though, as he gets two for the top window. Neptune now in a tough spot. They've been in a scoring position for what feels like the past 2 minutes. But now with under 10 seconds on the clock, it's desperation time. Scooping it and going. That's what you got to do sometimes. Just grab the rock and punch it through.
But how do Cloud9 leave it in their spawn? How is everyone playing the cutoff kill instead of actually taking the objective, and how you win this mode away from your side of the base?
I think what's so funny about
teammates to get back into the play before you make that final push into their base. So all of C9 are off the respawn, but now you got the reinforcements. Players jumping up in towards top green, just putting the focus from all the C9 players on different sides of the map. But EMP resets, doesn't matter because Orgless have the side of the map that they want.
Yeah, they're kind of content to sit here.
Yep.
And just find kills being clocked in their favor. They only have one, but they can play the clock. They can play kills. They just have complete L-side control. Number 2 and Afro is going to try and open things up. He might be able to. He finds the timing up through mid. That's going to turn heads, and look, his teammates eventually are going to push up off of him. Afro should... Okay, he did get a second. I was like, Afro, I was looking at the minimap. Like, how is he not got a second kill? Still in the same position pretty much though for Orgulous. Ghosty, rock in hand. Chow in. Nice little movement there for Mac to shut him down. Cloud9 have done enough defensively, but its defense has got to turn to offense, and now it's going to. Here we go.
Take care of him before they can work this score. He's able to find one. You're making a manageable situation in a 2v2, but with 25 seconds left, yeah, let's just back it on up. Wait for the reinforcements to come back in.
No, that's like a game-saving play at us.
Yep.
I mean, not only the clutch to stop the point, but then also to set them up for the push. And now the dagger could go through, trying to get back to full health. And doesn't quite get there as Mac gets two, but I don't think they have enough time to actually get this across the map. So Orgulous kind of turning like offense into defense there for a lot of that round, right? Like they weren't even like pushing. I mean, they would have taken the score. Don't get me wrong. This isn't like, I don't know, the NFL, someone taking a knee on the run or something like that, but right to Ghosty in a streak. He's raining it down from above. He gets two. Envoy gets one. Envoy gets two. That's everybody dead.
Yeah, spawns flip. Now you're in full control of the map. You're going to be able to walk away potentially with this 40 seconds and just grow that lead even more. Neptune trying to control top mid, unfortunately does get caught. And now the pressure from Cloud9 is going to be on the front side. That's all 4 dead. The break is good enough. And you also have a little bit of a transition easily over towards that B1. So now if you're C9, this is ideal for you to get yourself back into the mix. Everyone's starting to fire. Streaks from every single player besides Vivid. But only being down 40 with such a great start, Arta Orgulous using that Hellstorm to find some time at P4. It's only being down 30. But you are trapped on the backside of this P2. Nades and stuns are being invested. This is where you start to be the aggressors. If you are Orgulus and they clear out the back with ease, a clean 4 dead, you spawn all the way across the map, and now they can run up the score again.
Yeah, this is about as good of a setup
Come here.
you can get on Colossus. Is the Butcher and Neptune, Soren and Flying eventually dropping, but the damage is done, and Envoy right there to back it up as well. Nice stretch. I mean, we don't see a lot of like perfect, quote unquote, perfect holds on this map just because how it plays. And this might end up getting disrupted at the end, but that has been about as safe a 40 as you're going to get. They've had them spawning out the entire.
Oh yeah, this is not fun. Yeah, Cloud9 just can't find an opening either through the front or top mid. So you
plays like the lead is more significant. Even like 100 is already a lot, but it's a lot on a map like Colossus.
Yeah, it's because engagements can go down so damn fast. You're taking so much space away with the Omni movement, with the wall bouncing, to always keep yourself in a fight.
You still have like money hills, or somewhere you can chain together 100 seconds. It's just like the hole we just saw from Orgulus isn't all that common on this map, but this has been an insane stretch, by the way, for a map like Colossus. These last 2 hard points have been lights out from Orgulus. I'd like to know, stay up, swap to the pistol, gets that done as well. This might be, what, 3-4 straight hard points that are all Orgulus. Ghosties on 5 straight at 26 and 15. 2 minutes in the hard point. Balanced effort from the Orgulus side, as they are in complete control, trying to bounce back in this losers bracket. But that was I mean, honestly, that was just a really fun stretch to watch. That was dominant.
The last like 4 or 5 hills, Orgulus just said, nah, we're better than you. We're gonna out-rotate you, outslay you. And even when we need someone to pop off, McLeod or Envoy was popping 3 pieces in the feed left and right. Still only needing 1 point. Ghosty gonna put the finishing touches on it. And